Today, I'm not going to talk about potholes, Escom, or why Woolies chicken is so expensive. No, today we are addressing something far more outrageous, something that makes load shedding look like child's play. So ladies, grab your fishing nets and your see-through tops because we're about to talk about how South African women have slowly turned into perverts and walking billboards of lust. And if the moral compass of this country had a GPS, it would be screaming recalculating right now, particularly among women. Yes, you heard me right. Our sisters, our daughters, and our Facebook aunties even have decided to dress like they're auditioning for an Ice Spice music video. And trust me, they are nailing it. It's almost like we've gone from Ubuntu to Bonisa Mabele Sisi in just a decade. Gone are the days when a woman's biggest flex was her character and intellect. Now the only thing that seems to matter is how much of her thighs appear under her dress or how tight her jeans can get until they tear down like our country's GDP. I mean, are you even South African if you haven't seen a girl walk out of her house looking like she got dressed in the dark and accidentally tangled herself in a fishing net? I'm telling you, you girls are now dressed like you have an IQ of a bag of rocks. Let's address the elephant in the room here, or rather, the fishing net on the body. We've got women wearing outfits that are essentially don't touch signs, but here's the kicker. They are written in invisible ink, and here's why I say this. Because when some weirdo at the club touches them, they're gonna scream, "I'm in trash, he touched me." Would you shut the hell up? What did you think he was gonna do if he saw you dressed like that? He thought you were selling. Look, I'm not defending these creeps. Touching someone without consent is vile and unacceptable, and the men who do that should be locked up in a cell with Weinstein for the rest of their fucking lives. But Sisi, let's not act shocked when you're out here dressed like Zodwa Wabantu on a good day, okay? That's like me leaving my house wearing a t-shirt that says free Wi-Fi and then getting mad when people ask me for the password on the window. Or on the driveway. I said I had free Wi-Fi. My shirt said so. So am I angry? Sisi, if your outfit has more holes than the Gauteng highway system, why exactly are you crying? What are you hiding? I mean, really now, you get these entitled, obnoxious little brats crying, "Why is everyone looking at me?" Miguel, I don't know. Maybe because you're out here dressed like a cheese grater at a Woolies food market? Guess we'll never know, hey? And I say you're entitled because you just love to act like the kids aren't watching, aren't noticing. You have little Naledi out there watching mommy wear something so tight, even her soul looks uncomfortable. And then the next thing you know, Naledi walks to school with crop tops that say, "Future Instagram model." Bruv, these kids are going to grow up thinking fashion is just a race to see who can wear less. They are going to grow up thinking being a woman is a competition on who can show the most stretch marks and booty smell. Gone are the days of Barbie dolls. Now it's about TikTok dances, BBLs, that make you wonder if kids even know what childhood is anymore. They're out here twerking before they can even spell the word twerk. And I'm not even joking. Search, look at TikTok, you'll be shocked. And this, folks, is why I respect Muslim women so much. Don't get me wrong, I am a proud Catholic, okay? Proud Catholic. But Muslim women, their modesty, it's on a level that's almost supernatural. I salute them every time I see them. Don't prove me wrong. Don't you feel it when a Muslim woman walks in a room dressed like they actually respect themselves? Be honest, you know I'm right. While some women are out here showing so much, the only thing they are not showing is their DNA sequence. Muslim women are out here covered head to toe, looking like queens. It's funny how the women who dressed modestly look more like queens than the ones who are always trying to dress to impress. I guess they were right when they said you must dress to impress one guy, then dress to impress everyone, because none of them will be impressed. They have mastered the art of saying you don't deserve to see this unless you're worthy. That's queendom right there. Meanwhile, you've got Mbali from Santon who's on Instagram like new day, new thong, new poster booties out like this while holding a private parts like Zotwa and still has the audacity to say be proud of your body. See the difference? This is why every time I see a Muslim or modest woman, I just feel like saluting them. I mean, that's how bad things have gotten to. Can you blame me? You don't have to be Muslim to be modest, but they're one of the only ones who are. I mean, while the rest of you are out here trying to see who can outdo Cardi B, they are out here showing us what real self-respect looks like. And I'm not even joking when I say this. Modesty isn't just a choice for them. It's a fucking lifestyle. Modest women are like, you don't get to see this unless you've got a ring on your finger and a signed contract. Honey. Meanwhile, Brenda from Santon on her 47th Instagram post of the week has captions like natural beauty and God's plan. God's plan? I'm sure even your guardian angel covers their eyes when they see you dressed like that. Where's my coffee? It's all that. It's too far. And the way morality has declined, is it any wonder relationships are a disaster around here? You've got boyfriends walking around the mall with their girlfriends dressed like they're about to audition for Love Island Soweto edition. And then these guys act shocked. You guys, the boyfriends, act shocked when some other okie stares. My nigga, what did you expect? You're walking around with a girl who's essentially advertising herself like a Black Friday special at Checkers. She's wearing something that looks like it was stolen from the fishermen in Cape Town. And then you get upset when creeps from God knows where stare at her, or do even worse, she's basically wearing a massive sign that says fuck me. Summer, I feel really uncomfortable when I walk around in public with her. I don't know why. Well, of course you feel uncomfortable, buddy. You're hand in hand with your girlfriend, your soon-to-be wife, if God allows, and then she's dressed like she's auditioning for Big Brother Mzansi. Every guy in the mall can see her boobs, and then you're out here pretending you're cool. Why wouldn't you feel uncomfortable? Deep down you are panicking. You're thinking, what if someone comes to her and talks to her like I'm her brother? And you know what? They probably will, if they haven't already. That's not true, Summer. I'm a secure man and she's loyal to me. Oh, really? Ever wonder why relationships are so toxic in South Africa now? Spusiso Lawrence? Because everyone's competing for attention, even within their relationships. Your girlfriend's Instagram has more men in her comment section than a Kaiser Chiefs game. And you're supposed to just sit there like it's normal? Nah, fam. We need to talk. You need to talk to her about that. Look, let's be clear. Men have no right to touch or harass anyone, no matter how they've dressed. Like I said, those who do so should be fucked up and then locked up in a cell. But you're out here wearing something so short, it reveals the birthmark you usually see when you're bathing. Even you can't act surprised. Even Gokomloyi can't act surprised when people treat you like you're for public viewing. It's like taking my Lamborghini to a car wash in Alexander and then acting surprised when someone steals the rims. Let me fetch my coffee. Sorry. So here's the truth. Modesty is in demand. Men, and I'm talking about decent men, not these clowns who sit at the taxi rank catcalling everyone and whistling at all the girls. I'm talking about real men like me are out here begging for women who respect their bodies. But finding a modest woman in South Africa today is like finding a pothole-free road. It's going to take a miracle. There is a huge demand for modest, self-respecting women. And I'm not just talking about modesty as in wear a potato sack. No, I mean women who carry themselves with dignity and respect. Women who know they don't need to show everything to prove anything. These women are gems, the real diamonds, and they are rare, even rarer than functional Eskom power grids. But they exist. And when you meet one, it's like finding a stretch of road without potholes. Oh, you're so shocked, you almost cry. And it's not just men like me who are noticing. Even older generations, like my grandma, your grandma, who are trying to keep quiet, are out here whispering to each other like, what the hell happened to the days of dignity in this nation? Speaking of that, I saw this Twitter post of a grandma who wasn't allowing her granddaughter to go outside because she was dressed like she was going to do a gig at some taboo nightclub. Bravo, Coco, bravo, bravo. From me. Take that from me. I don't know though. It looks like that grandma was a little too kind because mine would have beaten the living crap out of her and then get her something better to put on. Just saying. Speaking of grandmothers beating the crap out of their grandkids, please do not get me started on the kids. Little girls are out here wearing crop tops and booty shorts even before they know how to spell crop. Who's buying these clothes for them? Who? Besides their parents. You need to have a serious conversation with each other. Stop dressing your kids like they're opening for Ice Spice or Megan Thee Stallion. For gosh sakes, let them be children. They should be playing with dolls, not practicing TikTok dances and ceiling challenges. And they must stop looking like they belong in a club, please. But honestly, if we're going to continue like this, we might as well embrace it fully. You know that Springbok image on the 1 Rand coin? Why don't we replace that with a high heel next to our South African flag? And then our national anthem can be remixed to include a line about Instagram baddies. Bear with me for a second, let me put you on game. And instead of calling it Heritage Day, let's call it Thirst Trap Thursday. I mean, why not? At this point, morality has packed its bags and immigrated to another country years ago. You know, sometimes I think We should make those fishing net outfits our national traditional costumes. Forget the Springbok jersey. Our women are out here representing the nation in their own way. Am I right, Boker? It's like a unifying force. You've got women in Joburg, Durban, and freaking Cape Town, all competing to see who can wear the least and thinnest amount of fabric without freezing in the winter and the rain, and without their buttholes winking at you when they turn around and bend over to pick something up. Can you imagine if Modesty started trending in South Africa again? Just imagine. How would that even look like? Would we have fashion lines called Ntombi cloaks? Would the PSL, the Premier Soccer League, start advertising with slogans like "Cover up, your ancestors are watching"? Would influencers start hashtags like hashtag "Bring back fabric" instead of hashtag "Hot Girl Summer"? Just think about it. And can you imagine? Imagine if Zodwa Wabantu started launching a Modesty campaign, a Modesty clothing line. Imagine. The irony alone would break the internet, I'm telling you. From fishing nets to turtlenecks, Zodwa's Modesty collection. Moja Love would have so much more views that month. I would pay money to see that campaign. Jokes aside though, guys, this is a serious issue. South Africa is a country with a lot of potential, but we're letting our moral fabric tear faster than a knockoff Gucci belt from small streets. Pardon my grease. Women, you are powerful. You don't need to show anything to prove your worth. Take this from a guy who appreciates modesty. Your value is not based on how much nipples I can see through your shirt or not. And men, respect the women. It's not just the modest ones. Respect all women. Parents, please do better for the children. Raise daughters who can value themselves for who they are, not how many likes they can get on Instagram. Please. It's so disturbing seeing girls wear like that. To all the ladies out there, I'm not saying dress like a nun, but maybe, just maybe, leave the fishing nets in the ocean where they belong. And to the men, stop being creeps. To the kids, put down the TikTok and go play outside. Now! And if your mom asks why you're playing outside, tell them because Summer told me to. Because the greatest YouTuber of all time said I should play outside, Mom, so why shouldn't I play outside? So, it's time to rebuild this country's moral compass. But it starts by throwing out those fishing nets. Because if I see one more person dressed like a sardine, I'm telling you, I'm going to lose my fucking mind. So to all the women out there, bring back your dignity, self-respect, and a little mystery, because let me tell you a little secret. You want that hot guy to notice you? Start dressing like you want to impress him, not every other guy, okay? Even in the neighborhood, good. And to the men, stop being creeps, respect boundaries, and for heaven's sake, stop dating women who dress like they're auditioning for an Ice Spice music video or auditioning for Big Brother Mzansi or Love Island Soweto edition. Because together, you can rebuild South Africa's moral compass, one fishing net at a time. And remember, if anyone is offended by this video, well, at least I didn't compare you to Eskom. That's a level of brokenness no one deserves. By the way, if you thought this was offensive, wait till you see my next video. You're gonna wish I was cancelled when I began this channel. That will be a different level of disaster altogether. And if you're still spreading hate to this channel, I love you too. So long.